Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more members of the 118th Congress. Today we are looking at Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton. She is the sole representative for Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, which in and of itself doesn't provide the same powers, the full powers of a normal representative, but she does get some power as representing DC. Now, she is a Democrat, and before she took office, she was preceded in office by Walter Fauntroy. Now, let's go ahead and look at who she is as an individual. She was born in Washington, D.C. on June the 13th, 1937, graduated from Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C., earned a Bachelor of Arts from Antioch College in Yellow Springs, Ohio in 1960, earned a Master's of Arts from Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut in 1963, earned an LLB from Yale University Law School in New Haven, Connecticut in 1964, was a private practice lawyer, law clerk to Federal District Court Judge A. Leon Higginbotham, in the Third Circuit, 1964-1965, Assistant Legal Director for the ACLU, 1965 to 1970, Adjunct Assistant Professor for New York University Law School, 1970 to 1971, Staff Member for the New York Mayor John Lindsay, 1971 to 1974, Chair on the New York City Commission on Human Rights, 1970 to 1977. Chair on the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, 1977 to 1981. Senior Fellow at the Urban Institute, 1981 to 1982. A Professor at Georgetown University Law Center, 1982 to 1990, before being elected as a Democrat to the 102nd and 16 following Congresses. So she is in her 17th term. Now let's go ahead and look at all the committees she is on. She is on the Committee on Oversight and Accountability, of which she's on the subcommittee on Economic Growth, Energy Policy, and Regulatory Affairs, the Subcommittee on Government Operations and the Federal Workforce, the Subcommittee on Healthcare and Financial Services. She is on the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, of which she's on the Subcommittee on Aviation, the Subcommittee on Economic Development, Public Buildings, and Emergency Management, the Subcommittee on Highways and Transit, and the Subcommittee on Water Resources and Environment. Now, let's look at her top 5 industry donors over her career. At the top, real estate, who have donated $699,779. Next, public sector unions, $519,200. Next, transportation unions, who have donated $432,050. Next, building trade unions, who have donated $405,600. And fifth is lawyers and law firms have donated $304,127. Now, let's go ahead and look at her top 5 individual donors and contributors over her career. At the top, number 1, we have the Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Union, their full name being the International Association of Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Workers, and they are a North American labor union headquartered in Washington, D.C., that was chartered by the AFL-CIO in 2013. Altogether, they have donated a total of $126,500, and once again, that's the Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Union. Next, at number 2, we have the American Federation of Teachers, and they are the second largest teachers' labor union in America, the largest being the National Education Association, the NEA. Altogether, they have donated a total of $116,000, and once again, that's the American Federation of Teachers. Next, at number 3, we have the National Association of Realtors, and they are an American trade association for those who work in the real estate industry. Altogether, they have donated a total of $103,200, and once again, that's the National Association of Realtors. Next, at number 4, we have Laborers Union, their full name being the Laborers International Union of North America, and it is an American and Canadian labor union formed in 1903 that represents around 500,000 members as of 2017. Altogether, they have donated a total of $99,500, and once again, that's the Laborers Union. And finally, in 5th, we have the Forest City Realty Trust, and they are a real estate investment trust that invested in office buildings, shopping centers, and apartments in Chicago, Boston, Dallas, Denver, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and the greater metropolitan areas of New York City, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. Altogether, it has donated a total of $91,950, and once again, that's Forest City Trust. Now, let's take a look at our donors at a glance. Industry-wise, real estate, public sector unions, absolutely wonderful. Transportation unions, absolutely wonderful. Building trade unions, absolutely wonderful. Lawyers and law firms, individually, Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Union, absolutely wonderful. American Federation of Teachers, absolutely wonderful. National Association of Realtors, good. Nah. Laborers Union, absolutely wonderful. Forest City Realty Trust, nah. But this has been a look at Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, who represents the at-large district of Washington, D.C. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting my links in the description and links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.